Okay, so what we're looking at here is, let's look at the A shape. All right, and the A shape here in general is just 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 5, and then 5 root 3 is our A shape in the key of A. With this being your fret nut, you would be you would be playing this. That's a B flat. Okay, I really have to jam my finger up into that fret capo. So now we can look at the same relationship in the A box and then to the G box. This is cage related. A box, this is 1, 4, 5. G box, this is 1, 4, 5 in G. So these are the G shapes. We can look at the same relationship on this bottom string as on this top string here. It's probably a little easier to look at it on the bottom string. So here's the 5, 6, 7 root 2. The same relationship exists, but let's stick to the two boxes of interest here. Okay, so this is the A shape here. I'm just going to square it off with the cursor. That's your A shape, and then the G shape. When I go like that, it's like I'm clicking away from it, and now we're starting a new box, a new imaginary box. This is the G box here. Okay, this is 1, 4, 5. And by the way, with the A box, all right, which I believe the A box is over here. This is also the A shape. So it repeats. So this is an octave above this A shape. That's what it is. See these two A shapes here? They're an octave apart. So I had put the modal circle there. So the A, D, E, these are just shapes. So it's A shape, D shape, E shaped. And here's that A, D, and that E shape. And then there's the modal shapes in between. The little numbers, the little letters are the minors. All right, the point we're got to learn today, and when you learn this, it's going to be really, really easy to solo and even write songs. So if we're going from an A shape 5, 6, if we assign arbitrarily, we're going to assign, not arbitrarily, but I'm going to make this assignment here that the A shape is going to be the 5, 6. Okay, so the E shape is going to be the 7 root 2, the A shape the 5, 6, the D shape the 2, 3, 4, the G shape the 6, 7th, and the root, and the C shape the 3, 4, and the 5 of any key. Alright, so now you can fit these together. These are the outer notes. These are the outer notes, the 2, the 6, the 3, and the 4. That's a gray bar, so that's a note of interest. 7 and root, and the 5. Those are the outer notes in that. This could be looked at kind of as a C stack. This is also a C stack, but now we're looking at the inner notes. So the 7 and the root are the inner notes in the E shape. Remember, the outer note in the E shape is the 2. The 5 is the inner note in the A shape. Don't worry about the labels on this side. It could be on that side. You're looking at the notes here, not the labels. These aren't notes, but sometimes I'll put those little note labels where the no play notes are. Perhaps the imaginary accidentals. So when we see a black note, perhaps in between the root and the 2, like you'd see on a piano in key of C, that would be your C sharp. That would just be a no play accidental, but that root could be anything. That root could be E flat, so that in between note could be the note of E. So we've got our outer notes, inner notes here too, right here, sorry. When we put them together, put the string shapes together to get 2 string shapes each that share these notes. Now they're sharing these notes. They're either sharing 1 note or they're sharing 2 notes, the 3 and the 4 in the DC, the 7 and the root in the GE. C and A just shares 5. A and G shares the 6. E and D only share the second with each other. Remember, E shares the 7 root with the G, but E only shares the 2 with the D shape. So these are strings. String, 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 string. Why is there 7 strings? Because I listed it twice here. I just put the C there on top again because we're going to need to see the relationship from when you're going. If I told you you were going, if you were going from the E shape to the string above it, but we're going to imaginary look at it, that's not as easy as just relisting the string. So over here we have the string pair circle. So if we're targeting, let's say we want to be playing, like, say in the key of C, we want to play a 5/6 in A shape. So there's an A shape C right there. And it's the pentatonic I just played. The diatonic, I can do it in C because I have my notes labeled. And you can see there's a D fourth in the A shape. So you go A is 1, D is 4, and E shape is 5. So this would be the G7. Okay, so that's what's going on with the 1, 4, and the 5. So perhaps we'll look at that briefly here. In the A tripentatonic box, we have A shape, D shape, and E shape, no matter what the key is. So if you're starting on the 5th, you just assign that as the 5th to anything. Alright, so that's 1, 4, 5. Now, of course, we went over and we looked at, we can do the modals there too. So, yes, A, when you start on A in a pentatonic scale, you go up 1, A is the first, C minor shape second to the C, D minor shape third to the E minor, okay, and then you have that's the D shape 4th also, because the 3rd and the 4th share the same shape. Just the 3rd is the D minor shaped E minor right there, 7, 3, 5. So in the key of C, that would be B, E, and G, which is a second inversion E minor, and then we redo the D. So we'll have to look over here. I can't not do this. Looking at, here's your D shaped, okay, D minor shaped D minor, D shaped F. So that's how that works. So let's just finish up on chart 141, because I had started this chart on the previous lesson, but I wasn't sure where we were going with that. I knew that I was on the right track for something with these string pattern pairs. Okay, and then I made the string pattern pair circle. You know, and what it means is we want to target individual notes. We're down to the individual note now. Okay, we're not just targeting string patterns, you know, where we target the 5 and the 6. We're not playing entire S2Ls and S3Ls as we talked about. So that would be like we're not just playing these things, but these are going to have a critical role in as your music theory progresses. Okay, so this is the stack of 3 short pattern, long pattern rather, and this is the stack of 2 long pattern. You use these 2 patterns to make diatonic scales, and they just keep stacking on top of one another. Okay, so this would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root, and then on top of that goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, and then on top of that again would start all over again, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7 root.